Good afternoon, everyone. Speaking after the lunch is not an easy task, huh? I see many people left the room, but let's make it as interactive as we can. So my name is Bassem Shaweer. I'm the head of the global digital business at Fidia Pharma. We are an Italian company that is in Abano Termi, near to Venice in Italy. The company is existing in more than 100 countries worldwide. So we have some affiliates, we have distributors. And me, myself, I'm a pharmacist by education. And then I studied marketing as well, digital, so I had an MBA. I started as a sales rep in Pharma, and this is something that I'm proud of because I used to carry my bag every day, knocking the doors of the doctors and start to detail about the product. And then I moved to marketing. And then after, 10 years in marketing in the Middle East, Africa, in Dubai, I moved to Italy to have the position of the head of the global digital business. So I'm not marketeer anymore, although I do the marketing. I'm not IT, although I know everything about the IT, contacting them every day. I'm not medical, I used to do it, but I'm the coordination between all of them together. So, as I said before, I was fortunate to live all the engagement eras from the single channel, knocking the doors of the doctor, using the paper brochure to speak about our products. Then I joined the marketing team, where I launched the company website with an IT company. I never asked who did visit the website. We didn't ask for an update at this time. And we never even set a call to action for the doctors to visit this website at this time. And then we started to see many cross channels happening. So we used to create one message, push it everywhere to all doctors, boom. They receive it on the email, by the sales rep, everywhere in the world. And then we left the era of the Omnichannel, and that's why I moved to the headquarters to do the digital transformation journey. So this is the classic old model where I was there, and then this is the new Omnichannel approach. Every one of you knows this story. The last thing that we didn't want to do is that a doctor, one day or one night, sign up to our webinar, and then coming sales rep on the second day, asking the doctor to sign up on the same webinar using a rep-triggered email with a call to action. Yeah, the classic question is, do you work in this company actually? Because I signed up yesterday. So we wanted to do this orchestration. And my belief is that the digital is add-on and empowers the physical interaction. And when we say physical, means that the face-to-face interactions with the doctor. I want to ask you a question. Do you believe that one doctor or an HCP can prescribe a specialty product based on digital interaction only without seeing anyone from the company? If you believe, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. So those 6 people believe that we can at any time, a doctor can at any time receive an email or look at, the website of the company, convincing themselves to prescribe the product and then prescribing the product to the sales rep. I don't know if I assume the other people disagree with this or not, but me personally, I disagree with what you said, and then I will explain it because being a sales rep also, I'll be biased a little bit. I think that the doctor is prescribing the product to the patient, and this is something that is the core of his work or her work. So they have to pick the product carefully. In this case, I think that the digital is an add-on and support to the physical interactions. So it's not to replace completely the digital, the physical interactions with the doctors, name it like a face-to-face visit, the sales rep call, or even the congress or whatever. So I think that the digital will help to support the current business, but also generate a new source of business. The idea is that the doctor can be a lead from the online world, but then nurture a contact that is being visited by the sales rep in the offline world. But also can happen the vice versa. The sales rep detailed the product to the doctor is not convinced yet, but after, let's say, receiving one email, then browsing the website, then he was in a symposium, then he will try to convince himself to prescribe the product. But without any interaction with the sales rep or with the company face-to-face, I don't want to mention sales rep itself, but maybe also the MSL or seeing the company at a congress. I think that is very difficult for a doctor to choose a product and to prescribe it to the patient because it's a reputation of the doctor. To this, direction, we wanted to start to define how do we digitally transform the company in the future, and we wanted to start with an end of mind, as Stephen Covey said. So where do we want to go? We have identified the final solution of what we want to do. We wanted to do a CRM. This CRM has inside functionalities like the lead, account, consent, and opportunity management, territory management for sure, to help the sales reps find manage their territory, event management, since the events are very, very crucial activity in the pharma world, order management, because also we are selling product directly to the doctors. So we wanted also to find these data inside the CRM. Integration with the ERP and sales system that is inside the distributor or even the affiliate. And finally, the KPIs and dashboards. So looking at the whole ecosystem, and here I will explain what did we do. The CRM is a single source of truth. It's the center that contains all of the data that we have. This data is either sales data or engagement data. So when we started the process, we wanted one-time import because we had many, many documents inside the company, many reports by the sales reps, also congress activities. We have been there since 20 years doing congresses everywhere. So we wanted to, at one time, import all this data and put them inside the CRM. But then also we wanted to have the leads and the contacts, define them, and define the conversion process from a lead to contact inside the CRM as well. Was storage and keeping the persona profiling and the consents of the doctors inside the same space. But also there was the web integration. We wanted to integrate the websites, the SP portals, the B2B e-commerce, because the same doctors that are ordering offline are the same doctors that are ordering online. So if you are trying to convince a doctor that's ordering from you online to prescribe your product, it's a kind of stupidity, because he's already your customer. You have to know it. And then finally, the B2B for the e-commerce. I will not speak about this one, but since we have the CRM, which is the Salesforce, we use the same CRM to manage the B2C together with the B2B. Same marketing cloud, the technology itself, we use it twice. So the CRM, if the CRM is the brain, then the arm is the marketing cloud. So after using the marketing cloud, we have the engagement and personalization through the emailing and advertising. And also we wanted to create the very nice dashboards that everyone is complaining about. So we connected the data to the SQL, but also the Power BI to let everyone understand how are the sales figures there. So the solution identified was the Salesforce system as it is, as a CRM, but then during the rollout of the process came the Salesforce Life Science Cloud for customer engagement. So we shifted from this one to the other one, but from the beginning we had the data cloud and we had also the marketing cloud as a part of the system. But also we use Cornerstone as a platform to work or to manage the HCP portal. In this case, we know who from the doctors are entering the websites with authentication from IQVIA. MuleSoft to integrate both the ERP system and the sales data with the CRM to have like a back and forth integration. And finally, we wanted to speak about the change management, the rule that said yesterday by Monil, I guess, that the number one rule of the change management, there is no change. So we were trying to change the company and change the mindset of each and every one to adopt this process. The ROI, the mysterious people that we were speaking about, they were asking us, which is the ROI of every single dollar spent on either the pixel or the doctor, so they wanted to see. And finally, how do we roll out from global to local perspective? So the transformation process was not an easy task because when we started this process, there were many CRMs used around the world. So in Spain was Salesforce, in the US was Viva, and another country was a small startup company working with their own CRM. So I had to stop everything and manage everything in one single place was the new Salesforce. So there were like a 3 steps process. The step was assessment at the beginning. We did assessment with all affiliates. We did interviews with all the people that are involved. Then we defined the 2P. I will move too fast for this because it's a kind of standard process. Then we identified the global template. Where do you want to go? And finally, we started the local rollout. As said yesterday, start with the company that you are comfortable to do, the country. So we started with a couple of countries as a rollout for this. Then we wanted to bring the leads from the online world to the offline world. We started to find some techniques that will help us to connect the digital world with the physical world. In this case, we started, so I give you some tips and tricks for what I did. For example, the lead collection form that you find in the congresses, it was like a two-steps lead collection form. The doctor entered their email. If we are lucky to put the email that they have in our CRM, so we know that is in our CRM, we get all the data, recall it. But if not in our CRM, what happens is that we ask the doctor to put the zip code. If the doctor added the zip code, then the system itself identify where the doctor is located and immediately assign it to the sales rep that is working in this territory to find the same day the doctor assigned to him as a lead, waiting to be converted to contact once he or she started to prescribe the product. So this is like the magic key to convert the digital world to the physical world. And then the same was for the B2B commerce. We had the B2B commerce with the login functionality, so the doctors started to order online because we have some products that the doctors can order online. And in this case, we can see here the online orders. For sure, this is fictional like illustration from my side. And the sales rep get an immediate notification that your doctor already placed an order yesterday. In this case, it triggered the next best action or whatever you wanted to call it, and say, thank you, doctor, for doing the order. I'm here to help you and start to work with it. So in this case, we teach the doctor to adopt the B2B e-commerce and use the product, because our competitors will show up, and then if you are not in the time that between the first visit and the second visit, their competitor can jump in, and sometimes they can sell the same product to the doctor. Then the consent management, the very painful point that I had, for sure. We wanted to start with a very comprehensive consent, but if you look here, you'll find we started to collect the requirements of each and every country to have a global consent everywhere that can be adopted. So there are 7 items, and every day they are increasing. When we added the phone or the WhatsApp, we wanted to add another one. So my advice is that start simple. So for each and every country, start with the points that you want together. So for the doctors that are working with us like digitally, for the digital interactions, the leads, you can have only the first 3 items, the terms of service and privacy, transparency, and profiling. You don't need to add the event and the congress unless one of the sales team will visit the doctor. Maybe also the marketing form for the WhatsApp, or even the initiatives, post-marketing surveillance. There are different consents that we had. Then rollout from global to local was not an easy task, so because we have affiliates everywhere in Europe, in the Middle East, but also in the US. But the majority of work also comes from distributors. And distributors are also meaningful for us. So I had to find a way to get the data of the doctors that are working with our distributors without asking them to do, without asking to do in a process, because it's not easy for my team to do it. How about the distributor team? Will not be an easy task. So we started to create like a lead collection form that is included in all our marketing materials that is being given to the distributors. So the doctor scans the QR code. Once the doctor scans the QR code, he's in our CRM. In this case, we manage also the leads of the distributors, not only our leads that working with us in affiliates. So we have identified 2 objects in our system, the leads and the contacts. The contacts are mainly for the face-to-face visits that require full consent. They are reachable and qualified. The main activity is the detailing, but also we segment them based on the loyalty, potentiality, and segmentation. But for the leads, we keep them for the digital interaction for the time being until something happens and they became, maybe we open an affiliate in this country, and it happened last year. So in this case, we convert all the leads to contacts, we do not have to start from scratch, from 0 point. From global to local as well, concerning the sales force, the idea is that we as the global headquarters, we set the technology infrastructure itself, but the affiliates focus on the business side. So within the Marketing Cloud, we have created business units for each and every affiliate. The affiliate can find the data in the Marketing Cloud content, and then they start to localize it to whatever they want to do. The customer journey, I'm not going to speak about the customer journey itself. It's very well known for everyone. We have created the customer journey as a live document. So in this case, when we do a live customer journey, everyone has access to this nice slide. Do you know how many doctors saw or how many impressions are the LinkedIn post that converted to click on the LinkedIn post itself to go to fill in a form? Then how many visit the website? So as a kind of live document before the event itself, at the end we know how many doctors already entered into our HCP, into our sales force as leads to be converted to doctors in the future. Personas, we have identified different personas. These are coming from IQVIA. IQVIA, they are the classic the personas that everyone knows. But then, what matters for us, the personas are for everyone. So the personas are for Pfizer, Lilly, or for all companies. But what matters for us is the profiling, how the doctor behave with our company. And that's why we introduced the triple classification. The triple classification says that the first letter is the potentiality of the doctor. How many patients do he see? The second one, A, B, C, is the therapeutic area adoption. And the last one is our product usage, how he use our products. In this case, the low-hanging fruits for us are ACC, which are the non-believer of the therapeutic area. This doctor has a lot of patients, high potential, but do not believe in the therapeutic area. In this case, we wanted to create a specific content that speak about the therapeutic area itself. We want to create like a guidelines compendium to tell them, okay, prescribe these kind of products, not only our products, but itself. But also the AAC, which are the competitors' prescribers, because they are high in potentiality, adopted the therapeutic area, they know it very well. What we need to do is that we wanted to differentiate our product from the competitor product. And to these two of them, we started to track them at the beginning of the year, and we see how many of them are converted to be AAA, if we are lucky to make it at the end of the year. So for sure, there were a kind of personalization in the message itself from each and every one of them to move them in the ladder from the ACC or AAC to AAA. And finally, the online portal. I feel that the online portal is very, very important because it's the part that can gather all the documents that you want to share or the videos that you want to share with your doctors. The secret word here and the key idea is that to drive traffic to this online portal. So for each and every social media post, you add the link, learn more in our HCP portal. You have an event with a meet the speaker on the booth. You registered, you recorded this meet the speaker talk. You want to see it? Sign up in our HCP portal. And this is the idea. So from there, the doctors can log in with the username and a password. For sure, if they use the same email that is in our CRM, we are lucky. If not, we are not lucky at all because it will create another duplicate in our system that we are trying to manage. But the question is, do we need to make sure that the person is a doctor or not? According to some countries, yes, we have to. That's why we are connecting the HCAA, the healthcare authenticator from IQVIA, to the APIs to tell us, yes, this person is a doctor and is using one key to enter into the HCP platform. In this case, after this, is the doctor already in our CRM or not? If in our CRM, that's good. If not, then it will be created as a lead inside our CRM. And again, on the Customer 360, the sales rep find the interaction of the doctor itself inside the Salesforce profile of the doctor. The idea here is that with the Cornerstone, because it's an LMS platform, you can track not only the login, but also the activities that the doctor did inside the platform. So if you completed a quiz, if you want jump it here to there, and then from this point, you can see that he opened 5 different HTML courses, I would say, but for the doctor, they are learning modules, and then you can understand his orientation. Finally, the emerging channels. Today we were speaking that we don't want to create the experience of the doctors. We want to give them whatever they want to do. And speaking with some countries, we have found that every one of us is trying to send the emails to the doctor. The very first activity of the Omnichannel is the email marketing. I understand that it's very important, but we found that in some countries, specifically Spain and Italy, WhatsApp is being used frequently as a communication with the doctors. But which is the problem? The sales rep leave the company with all history that is done with the doctors on the WhatsApp. We changed it and we have integrated WhatsApp with the Salesforce. And then in this case, what we can do is that we give a business number to the sales rep that is integrated inside the Salesforce. Everything is being tracked. And since I didn't mention AI in my presentation till now, I can say that with the AI, you can conclude the summary of all communication, the high volume communication between the doctor and the sales rep, and then you can take them to modify the dynamic segmentation of the doctor, the profiling, or take further action according to the Marketing Cloud or the Marketing Cloud Next personalization. For sure, you need to comply because the message of the WhatsApp is the same as the email. It should be approved. And you have to get a very fast approval of the messages. And finally, the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. LinkedIn Sales Navigator also used by some doctors. The same idea, LinkedIn Sales Navigator can be integrated into the Salesforce. So the sales reps can speak with the doctor from the sales navigator, but also everything is being recorded. It can tell them who from the doctor is already inside the CRM and who from our followers in our LinkedIn is not in the CRM. So they start to convert it, send it to the CRM, take it from the online world to the offline world. In this case also, we have increased the reach. We can push our database of the doctors to follow our page on the LinkedIn, vice versa. Doctors that find us or found us on the LinkedIn, they can be sent to the CRM, the marketing, the sales force, in order to be nurtured and taken there. In this case, also there was like a manual assignment of the doctors. And by this, I reached to the end of my presentation exactly on time. So